Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Between our visitors and the Carolina Panthers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game.
Monday, down. 180. Right there, 56. 65. 65.
On first down, Carr. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Jackson rolling to his right. He'll run it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the Reds to 19. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 13 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
On the move to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll give Henry another shot. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game, it leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
A little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
Now Howard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The starters now on offense, and Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries, but boy, has he hit the NFL like a bomb. Stephon Diggs, a crafty, mature route runner who can go the distance.
He's going to air one out. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. Here's Williams to return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett, and that'll bring up second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Jackson going to throw again. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. He's going to look deep down the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And he'll find Everett there, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Lamar Jackson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
Running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's third down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Derek Wolfe, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here, because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
What now? 56. Don't let him breathe.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr looking deep. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the return will stop him well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief, that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they get a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
After the penalty, it's Henry. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. So here's a 1st and 10 now at the 43. Now Williams. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. They'll get 5 on the dump off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
We get a look at the Panthers defense now. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, but it'll be 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They go counter with Howard. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Carr. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Carr to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Vegas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Running from the gun with Henry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Well, you were just alluding to it. They had the lead. Don't try anything silly. Run the ball, but they opted to throw it incomplete.
And now the punt, as a result, is really compressed, isn't it? So the mechanics have to be perfect. Snap, and he's got to get rid of it fast.
A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Brooks Reed with a tackle. On 2nd down, it's Howard, and he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. On the delay, it's Howard. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Howard. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now a play fake. Carr. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Rashaan Melvin that time able to make the play. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it with Dixon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Alshon Jeffrey working his way back out there now to help lead this offense. Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part. But they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game, though.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point. Steps away. Now he'll pull it down. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. On second down, Williams. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. The Panthers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Jackson now. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Returnable here from the 38. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul-searching now. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. This is Howard on second down. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's airing it out for what? This is caught at the 20. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Gerald Everett is tied in, the intended receiver. And it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And once more, he was looking for Alshon Jeffrey, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Damian Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Vinatieri now for the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from up in Seattle. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. And I'm not going to say you completely abandon the passing game, but it would really behoove them to get this running game going more.
That's the identity most teams are seeking. Able to establish themselves, control the game by running it. Have to touch it multiple times in order to have success in this game.
And as we say, that's right. As we say all the time, that sets up the pass.
Listen, we can be broken records all we want. Bottom line is, lather up that big horse and let him run.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now Carr, he'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now Carr. And he's able to find Diggs. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Carr now a woeful 5 of 17 thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10 here. Again, it's Carr. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again. Carr. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, this is Howard. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Henry out of the pistol. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. To throw is Jackson. To throw on 3rd down. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Jackson now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. And some space here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Well, that last run for a first down, it really should be the last straw for the defense. I don't care how many they've had in the box. They need to add more people.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. Here's Jackson. Funches has it complete. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball running it, but not in that situation. I mean, I think we got an example of why NFL coaches really don't like their quarterback in the running game.
Because whether he keeps it or not, he's likely going to take a hit, isn't he?
No doubt about it. And defenses, they're looking to put that hit on a quarterback.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And that will be incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Vinatieri's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They go with Howard again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. To throw on 3rd down. Carr, open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Running with Howard. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They run with Howard. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. From midfield, here's Carr. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
And some room to work. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Holding offense.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's the Panthers punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Around the NFL, third quarter now up in Seattle. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
To throw again on second down. Carr, he goes right back to Adams. That's complete. That one a first down pickup of 8. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Carr completes it. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down. Throwing on first down is Carr. And this is caught by Curse. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards on the play. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Carr. A quick throw, but incomplete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Carr. And Diggs has it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Open man right side is Ingram. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. On the handoff, this is Howard. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Shotgun now for Carr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jermaine Kearse, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Jackson. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 15. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Running from the gun with Howard. Fights free yet again. 20. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown. Jordan Howard. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Let's go, let's go.
They're going to try and run. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
53, here we go, D, get off the field.
Now it's Jackson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Damian Williams, the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing is Jackson. And he gets it to Funchess, complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Well, that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Push him back. Push him back.
Now Jackson. Pass incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
It's caught by Funchess. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. Jackson will throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
A first down carry for Henry. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 6-yard line.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Get him, boys. Yeah, that's how we do it.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. And he'll take this one down near the 15. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Carr going to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Carr to throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football. And
they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Deion Jones. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
And another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Panthers, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.